All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a predictions video. Want to do some of these again, leading up to what is the mid-season finale, Season 6, Episode 7 for Fear the Walking Dead, Season 6. Alright, and I'll put the link in the description as per usual for you guys, so you can go ahead and check out the preview video for this mid-season finale episode. So just a quick reminder for everybody that yes, this upcoming weekend is the mid-season finale episode. I know it's episode 7, but it sounds like, unfortunately, the Fear crew were not able to finish episode 8 before we went into the first lockdown this year. So they got episode 7 done, which is this upcoming episode, but they did not complete all of 8. I thought they had said that they had just wrapped up filming, but I don't know, maybe not quite, maybe not enough for that 8th episode, or just to where maybe they got episode 7 done and then they had to stop. They were not able to complete episode 8, which makes episode 7 the mid-season finale. So in terms of hopes for the mid-season finale, quite a bit like episode 15 of The Walking Dead season 10, same kind of thing. We have to keep in mind that this was not meant to be a mid-season finale episode. When we see this episode, this is an episode that was supposed to be an episode 7, and most likely in terms of when they were doing the writing and everything and planning everything out, they likely had an episode coming after this that would be kind of the big, usually your mid-season finale, your season premiere, mid-season premiere, those are always your biggest episodes of the season, particularly with especially your mid-season finale and finale probably being your expected to be 2 biggest episodes of the season, because you want to kind of leave with a bang and then have people come back. So just a heads up for that, guys. We'll have to see if maybe it's cliffhangery, or maybe it's just it probably won't fit as normal for a mid-season finale, because like we said, this was kind of unplanned that it would be this way. And then after that, we really have no idea when we'll see the second half of this season. I've been saying that I think a pretty good prediction would be late spring to summertime for the second half of Fear the Walking Dead Season 6, and I hope we do get to see it. I know that they're still filming those additional 6 episodes for The Walking Dead Season 10, so we'll have to see with Fear when they get back to it, when they start again, and then if we do get to see it in late to spring to summertime. I hope that they're able to continue and everything, because some places are going back into lockdown, like England, and here they're talking about going back into a second lockdown, depending on how the case numbers go and that whole thing. So let's hope we don't see a second lockdown for AMC and for I guess would it be LA, or in this case where they film, where they run it, any of the places where they film it, plan it, write it, all that kind of stuff. So let's hope that there's no further lockdown stoppages for future episodes of Walking Dead, because it feels like we've lost quite a bit already to start with. So link in the description. Comicbook.com's got it. I think Daryl Dixon uploaded it, YouTube channel. Daryl Dixon, did you get your channel back, man? I think he said that they deleted his channel recently. So he watches the channel, so maybe he got it back and he posted this one for us. So I don't know, something like that. Anyway, if you watch this, say what's up. So the description for this one reads, when Dakota goes missing, Strand sends Alicia and Charlie on a search and rescue mission to find her. An unlikely ally provides a new possibility of escape from Virginia. So we have Dakota, as you guys remember, Virginia's younger sister, who couldn't be more different from Virginia. It kind of feels like Dakota maybe hates Virginia about as much as everyone else does, or maybe more. And we do know from last week's episode that Virginia does see herself as trying to basically protect Dakota and do whatever she can to keep Dakota safe. And so maybe that's part of why she's so tyrannical, could be. So in order to keep Dakota safe. So we're seeing, Strand call Alicia to go, and Charlie with her, because the two of them have kind of paired up before in prior episodes and prior seasons. I remember the episode with the house that was flooding. If you guys remember that one, which was a really good episode with the two of them. And so kind of continuing with that. And we have them going to look for Dakota. So it makes sense because they, just based on age and that, you have Charlie and then you have Alicia as well too. You know, the girls and stuff, maybe they can talk Dakota into coming back, or they can kind of use a soft approach if they're able to find her in kind of bringing her back. Now in the preview video, it looks like there's some pretty cool stuff. We did see there was a walker that had like razor blades on its fingers, taped to its fingers, and we never did find out who exactly did that. We do see a guy in this preview trailer where he's like adding stuff to walkers, it looks like, maybe Dr. Frankenstein them a little bit, but you know, maybe in a practical sense, like just adding stuff to them like blades, or maybe I think there's one here with like a Viking helmet on or something. I don't know exactly what he's doing, but it kind of seems like he's souping up the walkers for some kind of reason, maybe just for entertainment or something, or just to see what his creations can do. Because, well, you know, this many years in the zombie apocalypse, some people are going to lose their minds, and some people are going to need some form of entertainment, even if it's, you know, a very dark form of entertainment. And we do see later on in the trailer, it looks like Alicia has been captured and tied with some duct tape, something like this. And so is it from that guy who's doing the experiments and whatnot, or not experiments, but he's souping up the walkers? Kind of seems like that would likely be the case. And then we also see Morgan in this one too, so he's going to be in there also. And you have Virginia as well, continuing minus one hand, right? So there's that, and Strand, and it just feels like things are starting to just disintegrate for Virginia. And in this one, she's actually asking Strand, like, which side of this are you on? So I would not be surprised if Strand stabs her in the back the first chance he gets. And I also wouldn't be surprised if he somehow maybe managed to take over the Pioneers, because I think Strand, even though we've never seen him in like a leadership type role, I get the sense he's so crafty that he maybe could do something like that and maybe take the lead for himself if he wants to, because he is wise enough, he's smart enough, he's crafty enough to figure out a way to do it, I think. So we'll see what he wants to do. For now, I'm going to assume he mostly just wants to keep Alicia safe and the others safe that he cares about. Maybe not Daniel, because you know they've always been at odds, right? So then we have Alicia looking for Dakota, the guy with the souped up zombies, like I said. Morgan maybe talking to the guy with the souped up zombies. And you know, the part, like I said, with Strand and Virginia not being able to trust him. So we know that John left. I don't think we'll see him in this episode very much, but it does look like we have some of our more kind of core Fear the Walking Dead characters back in it, because you have Alicia in this one, you have Strand, you have Morgan, and you have Virginia as well too. So it looks good. Looks like it'll end up being a pretty good episode for a mid-season finale. Do I think Virginia will be killed off this episode? No, I don't think so. She just lost a hand, so so she's probably maybe the end of the season. Maybe she'll survive to the end of the season, and then she'll be overthrown, kicked out, something like this. We'll see what they do with her after that, but I'm pretty sure she'll survive this one, because it's only in episode 7, so I wouldn't think that we'd see her be killed off just yet, or maybe any other major character deaths. We haven't had that many major character deaths lately for Fear. We're probably due for some, actually. Gloria of the Dead said, do people realize how much time passed before Virginia got her hand chopped off compared to Herschel when Rick chopped his leg off real quick? I think Ginny is infected and will die and turn. So I don't think she will. I know what you mean, though, that there was a little bit. But if we remember what Morgan said, it's kind of cool that it goes back to Morgan, right? In the original Walking Dead series, not in Fear, but the original, he said that the bites, they do something and they burn you out. And then when you die, you turn. So anybody who dies turns anyway, even if they're not, unless they're like shot in the head or their brain's destroyed. But if they're shot in the heart or something, or chest, they're going to turn one way or another. But the bites, rather than being something that like spread the infection to you, as Rick said, everybody's infected. So when someone gets bitten, it burns them out. So by removing it, maybe that burnout or whatever happens there when it's spreading, we don't know exactly how much time, But I do recall, or I do remember that, when someone is bitten, it's not that fast always for them to turn right away. Sometimes it can take a while. They can be bitten and it can be like hours or maybe even up to like overnight or something as they're, succumbing to it and then finally do. So I think it's okay. I don't think she'll die in this kind of way, like just from getting sick and then dying. I don't think so. But I hear what you're saying. It did seem like it was a while, but maybe it wasn't actually that long. Less than half an hour, less than an hour, that's probably enough to survive from it, I think, as long as the hands were moved properly, and it was by June, right? So Amy Agee said, so were the first few seasons of Fear just supposed to be Alicia's origin story? Well, not just hers, but also Daniel's, also Strand's, and Lucy, I guess, too, because she's still in there, right, from the second season. So we do have some survivors from the first few years of Fear, but, they decided to shift gears. They had a pretty good start to it for the first 3 years, and then Dave Erickson left, who was the showrunner prior to Scott Gimple, the new show-running team. They decided to go a different route with it. They crossed over Morgan, then they crossed over Dwight, and they crossed over Sherry as well now, too. So I'm happy with it, man. 6 years. Keep in mind, 6 seasons, 6 years is a lot to get out of 16 episodes a year from not the first year, but it's a lot to get out of a series to get that many episodes. So I think we just have to be happy it's been on this long. And, I hope it'll last a couple more years. Yes, they had to kind of change it up a little bit with it, but it's certainly better than them having just killed off Morgan and just having killed off Dwight in the original series. I'm a bigger fan of them crossing them over as opposed to just having killed them off, earlier seasons. And then there was also an article about Walking Dead World Beyond characters possibly returning in the anthology spin-off series for The Walking Dead. So Matt Negretti, is that how you say his name? That is doing Walking Dead World Beyond, has said that they're still going to do the second season. They're still doing the second year for World Beyond. And then it's possible that depending on how, the series ends, whoever's alive at that point for World Beyond, that we might see them in the anthology series after. So it is possible that we could see them in other Walking Dead series. So I don't know if that's a good thing for you or a bad thing. I guess it depends on how you feel about the characters. I'd be okay if they crossed over some, like maybe if they crossed over Felix or Felix and Hope and maybe a couple of the others, maybe Elton, that whole thing. I guess it depends which characters you like. But that'll basically be it for today's video, guys, for Fear. So I'm looking forward to the mid-season finale quite a bit. And, man, what are we going to do, guys? It's going to be a bit until Walking Dead's back after. We've got this week coming up, mid-season finale for Fear, another episode of World Beyond, and then the week after that, they're doing a double finale for World Beyond Season 1, 2 episodes in one night, and then until the new year when we see those new episodes for Walking Dead Season 10, the additional 6 episodes. So, really been enjoying this half of Fear. I think it's been awesome, and looking forward to seeing it again next year when it eventually returns with the second half of Season 6, with hopefully 9 episodes, but I kind of doubt it with social distancing and how long it's going to take them to figure the whole thing out. That's it for this video, guys. If you liked it, please thumb it up below. You can share, you can favorite, you can subscribe at the bottom left if you're new. I'll see you guys back again probably in a couple days for another video. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.